The Biden administration is taking steps to save the Obama-era DACA program. It shields hundreds of thousands of undocumented immigrants brought to the U.S. as children from deportation. Since 2012, more than 825,000 immigrants have enrolled in DACA. So I would like to bring in Millie Herrera. She is a junior in high school, and Deep Patel, who is the founder of the organization Improve the Dream, which ensures protection for all dreamers. Deep, I wonder, one, what that protection means, if you can explain that, and also what void you saw that needed attention that led you to create that organization.
Absolutely. Improve the Dream is an organization that is advocating for all dreamers. In particular, there was a void that the children of long-term visa holders, also known as documented dreamers, hadn't been previously recognized. And it was an issue that was not known too well. So I thought that needed to be filled at the national level. And that's one void that we tried to fill with Improve the Dream. But the hope is that all dreamers, whether undocumented or documented, can receive a clear path to citizenship. And we're working together collectively to raise our voices, share our stories, and advocate for that cause.
And Deep, when you talk about protections and advocacy, what does that look like for many dreamers that you speak with, or I know that you are a dreamer yourself? What kind of protection do you feel like you're lacking that you need?
There's a lot of different types of protection. So for example, there's DACA, which currently provides work authorization and protection from deportation to some dreamers. However, it's not available to all dreamers. Mm-hmm. And even those protections are lacking because it doesn't lead to, there's no clear path to citizenship. So the hope is that there can be immigration reform that can lead to a viable path to citizenship, the opportunity to become Americans. And that's something that's currently lacking.
And Millie, I wonder if there is a common misconception about dreamers, you are a dreamer yourself as well, about what it means to be one and what your experiences are. I know it's not a monolith, but what do people commonly misunderstand because maybe they have an understanding of what a dreamer is in their own minds?
So the most common misconception that I've ran into is people not really understanding that dreamers, like Deep said, do not have a clear path to citizenship. The most common question I get asked is, why don't I just get a green card? Why can't I just become a citizen? And so there comes the explanation that there just is no path for me to become a citizen, and that's what the whole movement is about.
And do you feel like you should not have to explain yourself? I wonder what that experience is like for you, for so many people to have questions just about your existence.
I think that I understand where the questions come from because it's really not a topic that's talked about or discussed, I think, enough. But it's not really, it's more so I just feel as if it's a lot for someone my age to, from a young age too, to have to be able to comprehend and then explain. So I just think that it's something that it should be more discussed. I don't know if in the media or just commonly, but just the idea that getting citizenship isn't a completely linear path for everyone, for all immigrants.
Because basically your answer is it's complicated, like everything else, like things in my house and your house and everybody else's, right? So Deep, in September, Congress introduced a bipartisan bill. It's called the America's Children's Act. It would create a path to citizenship, like you're discussing, for some kids and young adults, and it's something you are advocating for. Can you explain how it's different from or adds to either DACA or the DREAM Act and why you support it?
Absolutely. So just to clarify, the whole goal is that all children who grow up in the United States, whether documented or undocumented, will have a clear path to citizenship. So we want to make sure that we try to get a comprehensive dreamer solution passed, such as the Dream and Promise Act. However, another aspect in the immigration system that's broken is that even children of parents who come here on visas face aging out of the immigration system. So just to let the viewers know, I think most Americans don't know that it's actually possible for an immigrant child to be brought in the United States with some sort of a legal or documented status and then be raised and educated here, but then still not have a clear path to citizenship. And those children, unfortunately, don't have protections under DACA right now. So the hope is that with America's Children Act, that would fill in that gap and that void and make sure that those protections that are lacking are given to those kids, and then a path to citizenship, an opportunity to become an American is also given. And this is something that we're hoping that, in addition to the DREAM Act, can also pass so that all children who grow up here can be protected.
Yeah. Millie, I wonder what you hope the future looks like for the next generation of dreamers. What kind of support did you need that maybe you didn't get that you hope future dreamers will get?
I really hope that future dreamers don't have to deal with, the most important thing to me, or the most concerning thing, is just the feeling that at 21 I will have to self-deport, and it's just like a constant concern. And so my hope is that for the next generation of dreamers, that they can grow up in the United States knowing that there's a place for them in the future, that it's guaranteed, and that they wouldn't have to explain themselves and their status, because it's just like an ongoing conflict in my life, just over and over. And so, yeah, I just hope that they have a more relaxed childhood and their view on their status, and that they can feel truly American every day without, the questions and the confusion.
That gave me chills. Millie, thank you so much for that. Deep Patel and Millie Herrera, thank you so much for coming here and sharing your experiences with us. We appreciate you for educating us as well.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for the opportunity.